It's so good to be here with every one of you, and for allowing me to just do this virtually. I want to give special recognition to President Nez. Thank you for always being so much a part of everything that takes place across our state, being such a wonderful partner. And I'm so grateful to know that we're in good hands with the work that you continue to do. So thank you. As was stated, I'm Lieutenant Governor Howie Morales, and I'm sorry, I really wish I could be there in person this evening at Q Station with all of you to celebrate this year's great STEMY Awards. But I want to make sure that to everyone at the Air Force Lab Research Tech Engagement Office, thank you so much for your leadership and for hosting us today. New Mexico really appreciates the work that you're doing to engage students and educators in STEM. I want to say just a few words today, and most importantly, to Tobias, Leah, Logan, Holly, Marie, Zach, Lena, Sienna, Ellen, the horticulture program at CB and at CNM, 4-H New Mexico, and of course, Virgin Galactic. Congratulations. On behalf of Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham and myself, and really the entire state of New Mexico, we're extremely proud of you, and we're grateful for the hard work and your love and knowledge of science and math. What an exciting night that this is. You know, the governor and I are fully committed to helping students and to be immersed in STEM. That's why a couple years ago, we launched the first ever New Mexico STEM Challenge in collaboration with the Los Alamos National Laboratory and many of our great tech engineering companies around the state. And with the dedication and support of STEM teachers, educators, and volunteers in our schools, it's a great idea whose time has come. And when you've completed all of your high school learning, we want you to attend New Mexico colleges. That's why we've made sure that this last year that we expanded New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship, and we fully funded the lottery scholarship to make sure that every student and every resident has a chance to get a tuition-free education in New Mexico. You know, I was a classroom teacher myself for 10 years in my hometown in Grant County. So you know how exciting it is to learn science and math, especially when you have enthusiastic and great teachers like those who are here tonight. I am extremely grateful to all of you for finding new and creative ways to engage people in STEM, and for encouraging students to create and build and to invent and to be maker of things, not just consumer of things. And right now, I'm glad to say that New Mexico is really making science, technology, engineering, and math in our schools a top priority. Yet we've got work to do. Together, we can do it. And that's how we help foster the next generation of scientists, engineers, researchers, and entrepreneurs, all of you. That's how we can solve the greatest challenges that we have within our century ahead of us. Our changing climate, our need for more energy, clean energy, and the health and medical breakthroughs that we need to fight cancer and future pandemics, threats to our security, and the list goes on. The truth is, the possibilities with STEM are nearly endless. We know there is no limit to what New Mexican students can achieve in academics and in science and in research. You're proof of that, and your potential is amazing. So please stick with it, everybody, and keep doing great things. Thank you, and I hope to see you all in person soon. And again, I really appreciate the opportunity that you've given me to participate virtually, and I look forward to seeing you guys in person. Thank you.
Eddie's a big STEM supporter, and we're happy once again to have him volunteering his time to help us with the awards. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. You know, I want to thank Matt and the Air Force Research Lab and really all of you for giving me the privilege, because it really is a privilege to be here and honor all the wonderful people who are involved in STEM in our state. You know, I think it's super important that we continue on this mission to spread STEM awareness throughout all of New Mexico, and it's folks like you who are doing it. And really, you should all give yourselves a hand, because if you wouldn't do it, who would, right? So thank you so much. Thank you. I have some good news. We got some rain in Albuquerque today. I mean, on the way here on lead, when I was driving here, there are about 3 raindrops on the windshield. and then a big cloud of dust hit, but that's fine. We're definitely in a drought. We need every single drop we can get, but it's just a pleasure to be here for you. I'm always blown away at the caliber of the STEMY folks who we honor here. They are basically heroes who go above and beyond in the field of STEM. And I'm very happy to shine some light on those recipients for here tonight. So reminder, in addition to the award, the recipients are going to get $1,500 in cash. Can everyone hear me all right? Should I be louder? We good? All right. On to the awards. Now to our first category, it is Advisor or Coach of the Year. This gentleman has volunteered countless hours helping kids around the state reach their goals and identify new ones. If you follow competitive robotics in New Mexico, then you probably heard Zach Van Nutt, Coach Advisor of the Year. Zach has been involved in FIRST Robotics for about 15 years when he started coaching his own kids. Since then, he's coached about 150 more. This year, Zach coached 4 teams across 3 programs: FIRST Lego League, FIRST Tech Challenge, and FIRST Robotics. 2 of the other teams, Gear Squad and Gear Masters, both made it to the World Championships. That's a busy schedule, considering the seasons take up most of the year, and he has a full-time day job. Zach is the Deputy Program Manager for Northrop Grumman's Learning and Communication Solutions Group, and is also the Community Outreach Coordinator for the company where he helps organize other STEM activities with organizations across central New Mexico. Zach says he keeps coaching because he's seen the impacts on the kids, giving them skills, confidence, and a drive to succeed. Plus, he says it's fun. Zach has seen the students graduate high school, college, and even graduate school. Some have pursued STEM degrees and careers, but all have taken with them the important life skills they learned participating on Zach's teams. Over the years, his teams have won many top awards at New Mexico, Arizona, and Texas championships, and earned spots at the first World Championship, Legoland Invitations, and the first Lego League International Open in Canada. While the awards are nice, he says the biggest accomplishments have been the skills the kids have learned in problem solving, communication, and teamwork. One parent described Zach as tireless, patient, kind, and encouraging. And under his guidance, they've watched their son go from a curious beginner to a confident, capable leader. Thank you, Zach, for helping develop our future leaders in both robotics and life. And please help welcome Zach to the stage to come and receive your award. Zach will be receiving that award and $1,500 as well. Congrats. All right, so on to our next honoree. The award winner is also tonight's youngest. He's a very bright young man with a very bright future. And here is our K-8 Student of the Year. Highly motivated and hardworking are just 2 phrases used to describe our K-8 Student of the Year, Tobias Romero. Tobias just ended his 8th grade year at LBJ Middle School in Albuquerque, where he maintained a 4.0 GPA, even while taking advanced mathematics courses. It's no surprise that Tobias lists math as his favorite subject. He says it's the best because it challenges him to figure out problems in order to get a solution. At school, he's used his passion for STEM in robotics, digital arts, and media productions. Outside of school, he uses it for some of his favorite activities, such as building and racing remote-controlled cars, and helping his grandparents and church community on building projects, video productions, and photography. Tobias has been selected to attend the National Youth Leadership Forum in Denver later this summer, where he looks forward to hands-on activities in forensics, robotics, medicine, and civil engineering. He's hoping to meet like-minded students from around the country while there, as well as a few retired astronauts. Next year, he'll be attending high school, where he's sure to continue excelling in his STEM studies.
Looking even further down the road, Tobias says he wants to pursue either mechanical or environmental engineering and become a wildlife conservation officer. Good luck, Tobias, as you continue your education, and congratulations for everything you've already accomplished at such a young age.
All right, Tobias, come on down to the stage. All right, congratulations. So behind every outstanding STEM student is an amazing STEM teacher, or two, or three. But tonight we honor one such teacher who isn't just making a difference in the classroom, but in her entire school and her community as well.
Holy Ghost, a small Catholic school in Albuquerque's International District, has been transformed into a cutting-edge STEM school thanks in large part to Holly Rivera, our K-8 Educator of the Year. Mrs. Rivera is a fifth grade teacher at Holy Ghost, where she was a driving force in helping the school become the only in New Mexico to be certified as a STEM school from the National Institute for STEM Education. She also designed a STEM lab for the school and has organized the science fair for the past 2 years. She's had her class participate in the Starbase program for the past several years and coordinated a STEM Fest for families. Due to her initiative, the school has purchased a Loco Robo drone program to pilot in her fifth grade classroom. 90% of Holy Ghost students represent groups that are currently underrepresented in the STEM workforce. Mrs. Rivera is working to change that by introducing her students to various STEM-related careers and providing them opportunities to interact with STEM mentors in the community. As with all teachers, Mrs. Rivera had to contend with COVID, and we're told she adjusted to virtual, then hybrid learning without skipping a beat. She still created hands-on learning opportunities for students at home, like sending home seeds for students to test whether plants need soil to grow. It isn't just Mrs. Rivera's students who benefit from her passion for STEM. In 2020, she was chosen as the school's STEM coordinator, who's led staff in professional development training. She says the thing she's most proud of is seeing students make connections to scientific phenomena. Well, we know that Holy Ghost is proud to have Holly Rivera as part of their team.
I'm sure they're very proud, and come and receive your award. Congratulations. All right, our next honoree is known all around the world and in space as well. They reached new heights this year, and we're happy that they're sharing their success with all the students across New Mexico. Here's our 2022 Business of the Year.
It's been a big year for your Business of the Year. Last July, Virgin Galactic awed the world when it launched its Spaceship Two into space, carrying its founder, Sir Richard Branson, and others into orbit. But it's what the company's doing back down here on Earth that caught our attention. Virgin Galactic created its STEM initiative, Galactic Unite, more than 10 years ago. Its mission, to drive positive change for young people and ensure that future generations are equipped to apply the space perspective to Earth's greatest challenges. They've engaged nearly 100,000 students across New Mexico through space chats, tours, and other outreach programs, increasing student awareness of the space industry and career opportunities right here in their home state. The program has awarded more than 84,000 in STEM grants here in New Mexico, to organizations like Explorer, NMSU's Atomic Aggies Rocket Project, and the Spaceport America Cup. This funding has had a direct impact supporting over 11,000 New Mexico students. Additionally, they created a scholarship at NMSU's College of Engineering where recipients are given not only a financial award, but are also partnered with a Virgin Galactic staff mentor. They currently have over 30 active mentors here in New Mexico, and employees have donated more than 2,000 hours to outreach events and tours. Virgin Galactic encourages involvement in Galactic Unite, allowing employees to use working hours and personal time. Virgin Galactic has demonstrated what it means to be a company that supports STEM in New Mexico. We appreciate all that they're doing to inspire the next generation space workers.
And what an inspiration they are. I would like to call up Katie Wesley, who is Galactic Unite's Associate Manager, to accept the award. Our next category is a really one of the most contested one. We often receive more nominations for nonprofits than any other category. So it's a testament to all the great nonprofits around the state doing amazing work with STEM. Here's the 2022 Nonprofit of the Year.
When you think of 4-H, you probably think of students showing their livestock at the local fair. But 4-H has grown into so much more. That's why 4-H is our STEMY's winner for Nonprofit of the Year. 4-H's STEAM Innovator Program is changing the opportunities and skills that students can gain from being part of this 100-year-old youth program. STEAM Innovators was created in partnership with the New Mexico State University Cooperative Service to help provide students with access to hands-on STEM learning opportunities during the COVID-19 pandemic. The STEAM Innovator Program was led by students for students during one of the most challenging times for young students, and yet more than 500 youth ranging in age from 5 to 19 from over 26 countries participated in the program. Thanks to the hard work and dedication of these student leaders, 4-H youth across the state now have a STEAM curriculum to help them bolster their problem solving, critical thinking, and decision-making skills. You might ask, why not call this the STEM Innovators Program? Well, 4-H student leaders felt it was very important to include art in the program, so they held firm to naming it STEAM Innovators. This virtual program helps students across the state in some of the most rural areas gain access to important STEM competency and help provide teaching and leadership opportunities for older senior 4-H members. For some students, this is their only opportunity to really engage in STEAM learning in their community. For 4-H, it's about evolving to meet the needs of today's youth.
Please help me welcome Brittany Sontag and Amanda Benton to receive the award for 4-H. Congratulations. Congrats, y'all. All right, so our next honoree is a very familiar face around here at the STEMYs. The organization she runs was the Nonprofit of the Year at our very first STEMYs. Tonight, she's being honored for her work as an individual.
Thousands of students have benefited from the mentoring and dedication of this year's Mentor of the Year, Lena Gerber. Lena is the Executive Director of STEM Santa Fe, a nonprofit that develops and provides STEM programming and mentoring resources to all youth to realize their potential and expand their opportunities. STEM Santa Fe also puts an emphasis on those who are underrepresented in STEM, girls and students of color. She knows something about that. Growing up in Lebanon, Lena wanted to go to engineering school, but her father and society discouraged her because it was, and unfortunately still is, a male-dominated field. She went on to study chemistry before moving to the US and earning her PhD in physical chemistry, another male-dominated field. As she pursued her career and having a family, she says new challenges arose being a woman in STEM in the workforce, not to mention a woman of color and an immigrant. She hopes STEM Santa Fe can show girls like her what's possible in STEM and one day change the face of the STEM workforce. Current programming at STEM Santa Fe includes summer camps, STEM pathways for girls, and making friends with the M in math, which focuses on engaging students in them. When COVID hit, STEM Santa Fe had to pivot quickly to offer programming online, but Lena made sure they didn't lose their hands-on nature of the projects and the workshops by delivering customized kits with materials for every student in their programs. They also started a free technology lending library to make sure students who didn't have adequate technology at home could still participate. In the summer of 2021, the organization was the first to come back to in-person programming under strict COVID-safe practices. Lena says it's vital for young people to be able to understand the role that STEM has in their lives and the impact that they can make if they become STEM professionals. Because of her mentorship and dedication, we're sure that impact will be felt and seen for generations to come.
Congratulations to her. Unfortunately, Lena wasn't able to make it, but on her behalf is Amy Tapia to receive the award. Now to our high school student of the year. We actually have two of them. So both individuals not only excelled in their studies, but they're helping support the larger STEM community. So we'll start with a very special student from the Four Corners.
Perseverance, teamwork, ability, and the skill to succeed in whatever she does. That's how Leah Wilford, a recent graduate of Navajo Preparatory School, is described. Leah has racked up award after award for her high school STEM activities, including her school science fair, the San Juan County Science Fair, the Navajo Nation Science Fair, the Yale Science and Engineering Association, the New Mexico Junior Academy of Sciences, and the Boeing Research Competition. You got to wonder where she keeps all those awards. Leah was part of the Science Gifted and Talented program at Navajo Prep and participated in several of its community service projects like Hogan Cleanup, Zero Waste Management, and the Green Garden Project. She also helps out her community in her spare time, like delivering food, firewood, and coal to Navajo elders during the pandemic. Leah also mentored younger students, helping them improve their scientific skills and prepare for presentations. She says she's paying it forward because upperclassmen did the same for her. Leah says her favorite subject is chemistry due to her independent research of chemical experimentation. Leah will be attending Carnegie Mellon University in Pennsylvania in the fall. She says one day she might like to start a business in the robotics industry. We wish her all the very best as she prepares for the next part of her journey.
Wow, Carnegie Mellon is a big deal. Leah wasn't able to be here, but Matt is going to put her award in the mail and she's going to receive that. Otherwise, we're on to our second High School of the Year winner. Comes from right here in Albuquerque. Let's learn more about Logan Slimp.
This graduating senior not only left his mark on high school while he was there, he's also leaving one for future students. Meet Logan Slimp of Albuquerque's Next Gen Academy. Logan likes robotics, and you guessed it, he's pretty good at it. Very good. As an 8th grader at Cleveland Middle School, he helped lead his VEX robotics team to win at the local and state level, qualifying them for the VEX World Championship, the biggest robotics competition in the world. It wouldn't be the first time he made his way there. When he got into high school, his school didn't have a robotics team. So what did he do? He created his own, an independent community-based team made up from students around the city. His sophomore year, he recruited a physics teacher to help sponsor the team and grow it. That same year, he qualified for the VEX World Championship again. Then COVID, you guessed it, the event was canceled. But it wouldn't be Logan's last shot. This past year, his team won the state championship, and Logan was able to return to the VEX World Championship to finish out his senior year. Last year, Logan successfully wrote a grant proposal to the APS Education Foundation that allowed Next Gen Academy to put a permanent robotics competition field together, as well as enough supplies and materials to start 2 VEX teams at the school. Logan plans to return as a coach and a mentor to help keep the program alive and thriving, but he has other plans as well. Logan is headed to New Mexico Tech in the fall, where he'll study mechanical engineering so he can one day get a job in, what else? Robotics. We can't wait to see all the amazing things he has ahead of him in his future.
Congratulations, Logan. Come up and receive your award. Correct.
Our higher ed program.
We weren't trying to rush you off the stage. All right, when our students graduate and go on to college, their STEM opportunities expand very greatly. And our colleges and universities offer a wide variety of STEM fields. But as always, some stand out above the rest. Here's this year's Higher Ed Program of the Year.
Our higher ed program of the year is a mixture of many disciplines from biology to history. The horticulture program at Central New Mexico Community College, led by Dr. Paul Pelekla. Over his career, Dr. Pelekla has taught a wide variety of sciences from zoology to anatomy, physiology, and also oceanography. But it's his current biology and horticulture classes that are drawing attention. He first introduced horticulture into his biology classes in 2016. In his class, students learn about the centers of plant domestication in the world and the contributions of Native Americans, Hispanics, African Americans, Anglos, and Asians to the agriculture here in New Mexico. In the lab, students get their hands dirty, cultivating their own garden plot and documenting their experiences. They also visit public gardens and farmers markets to see a wide variety of other cultivation techniques in action. It all culminates with the students harvesting, preparing, cooking, and eating the produce they grew. Dr. Pelekla says during his program, students learn how to conserve the state's unique crops that have been grown here for centuries and have adapted to our arid environment. He says this type of education is more important than ever as climate change worsens. He says part of the answer to today's problems is to turn to the past by learning to use water-wise organic growing techniques used by the Pueblo people and later the Spanish in what is now New Mexico. These include the Zuni Waffle Garden, Arroyo Terrace, and Acequia Gardens. While the horticulture program has been popular, the recent economic downturn and student enrollment declines have led to the program being cut this summer. Dr. Pelekla says he plans to use this hiatus to strengthen the program for an anticipated 2023 return. He's currently seeking funds to build a new space for the program, a tract of empty C&M land that he wants to transform into a dedicated garden space and farm-to-table cooking demonstration area. We wish him the best of luck as he continues to bring this important horticulture knowledge to future generations.
Congratulations, Dr. Pelekla. I'm going to receive your award. Congratulations again. Our next nominee is involved in spearheading so many STEM activities at her school. It's amazing she has time to do anything else. She is the face of STEM at her school, and here's her high school teacher of the year.
You know, when someone's nominated by a principal, a fellow teacher, and a student, they're doing something right. That's this year's High School Educator of the Year, Marie Booth. Ms. Booth is a biology and method teacher at East Mountain High School, as well as the driving force behind its growing STEM programs. When she started at East Mountain High School, MESA was an after-school club, but as she expanded the school's STEM offerings, more and more students became interested, and now it's part of the curriculum. Ms. Booth got so many students interested in robotics that they decided to start a first robotics competition team called Timberwolf Robotics. It started with 11 members and now has grown to 26 in just a few years. She also started a team at a school which has competed yearly in the New Mexico Governor's STEM Challenge. And this past year, she established a Girls Who Code program and New Mexico's first National STEM Honor Society chapter. But she's not stopping there. She's currently working with the Santa Fe Community College to bring a nationally recognized 3D printing micro badging program into her classroom next year. It would be another first for the state. It would give students highly employable trade skills before they even graduate. Ms. Booth's passion for STEM is infectious as more and more of her students are now thinking about STEM careers. She's taught them that there is STEM everywhere and has even highlighted that with STEM field trips like hiking in Jimenez, going to Meow Wolf, and picking up trash in the Bosque. She says she continually seeks out how to continue to refine her teaching so that her students get the most out of what she's presenting to them. And students take notice, calling her assignments and her projects incredibly engaging. East Mountain High School's principal sums it up nicely, saying, "Because of Ms. Booth, our school has become a destination for students who love STEM." Congratulations, Marie Booth, High School Educator of the Year.
And please come to the stage, Ms. Booth. Our next winner not only advocates for STEM here at home, she does it all across the world beyond our borders. So she may only be in college, but she's already making a big impact with her STEM advocacy. Here's this year's STEM Rising Star.
This awardee isn't just a STEM supporter here in New Mexico, but she's taken her advocacy to the national stage. Meet Sienna Mascareñas, Miss New Mexico 2021. During the Miss America competition, Sienna worked to create awareness about her platform, Girls Get Mad, breaking gender stereotypes in STEM. It's a passion she's had for many years, and stoked by some of her earlier school experiences. Sienna remembers in elementary school, where girls she knew received a lower score on a math test, and the teacher told her, "Oh, math comes easier to boys." In high school, she took notice that there were more boys than girls in her advanced math class. Sienna's been working hard to change those math gender stereotypes. She's mentored girls at a former elementary school in the after-school math club. She also visits other schools to highlight the importance of math, both boys and girls. She's hosted math tournaments and created worksheets of math tips and tricks that she passes out to students. She also has used social media to share math tips and tricks too. Sienna says she was fortunate to have parents with careers in STEM fields to serve as her mentors, and she realizes that other kids aren't so fortunate. So she stepped into that mentoring role for many students. She's also focused on her own studies. Sienna is entering her senior year at the University of Alabama, where she's majoring in chemical engineering with a minor in math. After graduation, she plans to attend graduate school to receive a master's degree in petroleum engineering so that she can pursue a career in the oil and gas industry. While it's a male-dominated industry, Sienna is set on inspiring young girls to pursue their passions and talents and not be defined by society's gender role stereotypes. A STEM rising star indeed.
And please welcome 2021 Miss New Mexico and 2022 STEMY winner, Sienna Mascareñas. Congratulations. And now on to tonight's final award. This individual spent decades in the classroom and has since spent countless hours volunteering to help shape the state's STEM education and keeping the STEM community connected. She's so well known for her efforts that she's this year's Lifetime Achievement winner, Ellen Lohman.
This year's Lifetime Achievement Award winner has been a fixture of the STEM community for decades. Retired teacher, Ellen Lohman. Ellen started out her career as a research chemist, but when she moved to New Mexico, she earned a teaching credential and began teaching high school subjects such as physical science, chemistry, and computational science at Albuquerque's El Dorado and Manzano high schools. In 2003, she took a 2-year leave from APS to work at UNM with student teachers. When she returned to APS, she switched to middle school before retiring in 2010. In retirement, Ellen spends her time volunteering for different STEM organizations and events. Ellen has so much respect for her fellow teachers, and she wishes more people did as well. She says people don't see the countless hours of behind-the-scenes work like late-night lesson planning, summer professional development, and the self-evaluation teachers put in. She says she learned during her career that if teachers don't help each other, no one else will. That's why she's dedicated her time to help create as many opportunities as possible for teachers to learn from each other and share ideas. One of those opportunities was born in 1997 when she used the Manzano High School server to create a science teacher mailing list. Now, something like a mailing list may not seem revolutionary to us now, but it certainly was then. Teachers who had been siloed in their own classrooms, schools, and communities were now connected in a way they never were before. The server list allowed them to share ideas and STEM opportunities. 25 years later, and that list is still going strong. It's now a Google group with about 450 subscribers. Throughout the years, Ellen has taken many opportunities to learn and hone her digital skills. So in addition to the science teacher group, she also runs websites for the New Mexico Science Teacher Association, New Mexico Academy of Science, Rio Grande Sierra Club, and New Mexico Trout. She says this helps her to keep her tech skills updated and allows her to interact with awesome teachers and others with a passion for STEM while staying out of the spotlight. But we think one of the individuals who nominated her sums it up perfectly, saying, quote, Ellen is the glue that holds the New Mexico STEM community together. Indeed, she does. And that's why we're honoring her with this Lifetime Achievement Award.
And let's give a standing ovation for Ellen Lohman as we welcome her to the stage to receive her award. She is a legend in New Mexico in STEM. Congratulations. All right, let's keep the clapping going for all of tonight's winners. And how about one for the parents and grandparents and family members? Thank you all for having me here. I have to run back to KOB. I have a 10 o'clock show to get ready for. We'll hope for some more rain. Maybe by the end of next week, we'll be looking at the start of monsoon. Thank you so much, though. And that's about it. I'm going to turn it back over to Matt. Thank you all.
Hey, and while we're clapping, how about a round of applause for Eddie? Eddie and the KOB team have just been a huge supporter of STEM, so thank you so much. So we've just got a couple of items of business left. I want to remind you to hang around, unless you've got a newscast to do. Hang around after the ceremony and join us for reception. Also, it would be awesome. Sorry, a lot of pictures tonight. If after I'm done with the next thing, if you guys who are award winners could please come up, we'll get a group picture. It would be awesome to have you all in one frame. Somehow it's become a bit of a tradition as we have events at AFRL to end with a particular experiment. And so I'd like to do that for you now. Many of you know that AFRL works on space technology and directed energy technology. And so as part of our regular work, we have to test satellites. And as you also know, satellites endure just tremendous environmental challenges in space. It's super hot up there if you're in the sun, and it's super cold if you're in the dark side. And so we actually have a lot of different tools to help us with our research. And one of my favorites are cryogens. Cryogen, I think, is just a fancy name for something that keeps other stuff cold. So if you put drinks in a cooler, I guess the ice is a cryogen. We use liquid cryogens typically, and the go-to is liquid nitrogen. And so liquid nitrogen is super cold. It's actually boils at minus 320 degrees Fahrenheit, right? That's way colder than like water, right? Which boils at 212. And it has a lot of other interesting properties, like it expands by a factor of 600 when it goes from a liquid to a gas. So I think this is going to be challenging because I'm going to have to move away from the microphone. I apologize to the folks online, but let me demonstrate. You just need one trash can and a few other supplies. So we use liquid nitrogen into our trash can. Liquid nitrogen is relatively inexpensive, really good heat capacity, cold capacity. It's cheap, so it's a great thing to keep other stuff cold. It's basically taken from the air, to just chill air down far enough, and the nitrogen in the air falls out and creates the liquid nitrogen. So it's kind of dangerous, but it's not too dangerous. You can get hurt in any of three ways for sure. One is, I mentioned, it's super cold. So people talk about you could get burned with it. So it's not really burning, it's freezing, but the effect is the same, right? It kills skin, it's like more burns. It's gotta be super careful about that. The other thing is, that I mentioned, it expanded a factor of 600. So if it was like in a really contained space, right, when it gets warm, it's going to get out, right? And so it could explode. And so the contained space that I have it in, have a cap on, it's not screwed on, it just sits. And then the final thing is, if you have a small area, maybe we're in an airport, and all that nitrogen got out, it could be dangerous if it displaces the oxygen in the air that's already in it, right? You can actually breathe nitrogen for a little bit, but you need oxygen too. And so if you just have nitrogen, that can be a real problem. So I wanted to show you what happens with boiling nitrogen. And I put it in the can. It's so warmer than black. The nitrogen is going to immediately start boiling. It's either the can or either the floor, right? It makes it easy to boil. So you actually should be able to see boiling. Many of you know as well that if you heat something up that's already boiling, it doesn't get any hotter, right? You've got water in the stove, you've got boiling. You can turn it up, but it doesn't actually get hotter unless you add maybe salt into it or add something else, add pressure perhaps. What happens is you got something in the stove and you turn the heat up? It just gets angry. Right, it just gets upset. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate to experiment. So go ahead and add a whole bunch of liquid nitrogen. The 4 liter. There's not really good recipe for this, so we'll just add some. Well, we'll just add it all because I don't need it for anything else. And you can actually, maybe if you can hear it, it's actually boiling. And because it's angry, we're going to go ahead and add boiling water. And we'll see what happens. I've done this a couple of times, and it's usually interesting. All right, and about 10 fast. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the second best part of the job. The first best is being with you here tonight. So that's it for us. If we could get the award winners, perhaps along here, we'd love to get a great photo of it. So thank you so much for coming. I hope it's talking about you.